Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United are in a strong transfer position to deliver Solskjaer the transfers he wants this summer. Now there's a lot of players that Manchester United are linked with. There's 4 positions where Solskjaer wants to strengthen up. We want a striker, we want a right winger, we want a defensive midfielder, and we want a centre-half. Now, you know the news on Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. Manchester United have been told to pay a take it or leave it asking price of 77 million plus add-ons for Sancho. We are willing to make Jadon Sancho one of the highest paid players at the club. We're willing to offer as much as £275,000 a week. We will not pay any more than 80 million for Sancho. Now, Sky Sports said not so long ago that we improved our bid for Sancho. It was £75 million plus add-ons. Borussia Dortmund have given Man United a new deadline to meet their asking price for Sancho. Borussia Dortmund want a decision made on Sancho's future for the first half of July. We've agreed the personal terms with Sancho, the agent fees have been agreed, and a 5-year contract has been agreed. We'll just need to come to an agreement now on an actual fee. But Man United are confident of completing a transfer for Sancho. Romano said not so long ago that all parties involved in Man United's pursuit of Sancho are confident a deal will be agreed. At one point, we were around 11 million short of Jadon Sancho's valuation. Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants 4 more signings when Sancho to Man United is official. We've been in for Sancho now for like the last 2 years or so it has been a long-running transfer saga. There's always been something in Sancho to Man United because, like I've said before, it's been stemming from reliable journalists. You know, Fabrizio Romano is a very reliable Italian journalist. He's spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too has Christian Falk from Bild. But he is our top target. Dortmund have lowered their asking price from what they was demanding last summer. Last summer, Dortmund were demanding £108 million. And we was reluctant to meet that valuation, was only willing to pay so much up front. But last summer, Sancho to Man United was extremely close because the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract and that had been agreed in. Dortmund set a deadline last year, don't forget. They said we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We missed out on that deadline, so Sancho remained at Dortmund. But it would be a great signing for Manchester United. Sancho's been at Dortmund for 4 years. I think he scored like 50 goals, is it? Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City. The reason he left Manchester City is because he didn't get assured any first team opportunities. He's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. He said not so long ago, if we fail to sign Sancho, we'll look at Kingsley Coman as an alternative for Sancho. Kingsley Coman plays for Bayern Munich. Now, Man United have got a good chance of signing Raphael Varane in this summer transfer window. Raphael Varane and his representatives want to begin negotiations with Manchester United this week. Raphael Varane has chosen the Premier League over PSG. Reports from Spain said the other week, though, that Varane is not interested in joining Man United. He said he wanted to go to PSG, so he wanted to make a return to France. Now, it recently said that Real Madrid will demand 80 million for Varane because we had a £50 million bid rejected for Varane. Said the other week that Real Madrid lowered their asking price for Raphael Varane to around £52 million. He said as well that was offering Varane a salary that Real Madrid could not match. It was €12 million, which equates to just over 10 million in pounds sterling. But Varane has refused a contract at Real Madrid. Fabrizio Romano mentioned that not so long ago. Yeah, he rejected a 2-year contract extension with Real Madrid. Varane's current contract expires next year. His contract talks with Real Madrid stalled a while ago. Before the Euros, Varane spoke out on his future, didn't he? He said it was unlikely his future would be resolved for the Euros. And Man United have obviously held talks with Varane's representatives. Towards the end of last season, Real Madrid rejected a £40 million bid. We went in for Varane 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. And Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. But it'd be a great signing for Manchester United. You know, if he came to Man United, Varane and Harry Maguire would complement each other very, very well in our back line. He would exceed expectations in the Premier League. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced. Got a great pedigree as well as a player. He's won, 18 major honours at Real Madrid. He's been a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's been with them over 10 years now and he's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. You know, there's still a good chance Varane will leave Real Madrid this summer despite Sergio Ramos leaving. Man United have been in for Sergio Ramos. He says Man United have been in contact. Reports from Spain said the other day that Sergio Ramos could secure a transfer to Man United this summer. Not so long ago, Real Madrid officially confirmed that Sergio Ramos is leaving as a free agent after 16 years. He will officially leave on the 1st of July when his contract expires. Sergio Ramos broke down in tears on his farewell speech. Sergio Ramos won 22 major honours with Real Madrid. He scored 101 goals in 671 appearances in all competitions. Ramos and Maguire would complement each other very well in our back line, but like I've said to you before, I'd definitely take Varane over Ramos because Varane is much younger. Varane's like 28 and Sergio Ramos is 35 years of age. Kieran Trippier. Man United are in for him. Kieran Trippier is a right back. That's not a priority, is a right back, but it still would be beneficial to get one in to provide competition for Wan-Bissaka. Now, the reason we've been in for Kieran Trippier is because Solskjaer has been unhappy with Wan-Bissaka's attacking output. Now, Sky Sports said not so long ago that Atletico Madrid want £43 million for Kieran Trippier. It says we are reluctant to pay over £20 million. Kieran Trippier's release clause is around £35 million. The other week it said Manchester United made a second bid for Trippier in the region of £21.5 million. We had an opening offer of £10 million rejected for Trippier. Man United's low bid for Trippier angered Atletico Madrid. And the other week, Trippier told his England teammates that he wants to come to Manchester United, and recently he's been house hunting in Manchester, so reflecting on that, that's fueled speculation. We was in for Trippier in January, but then we called our interest, like I said, because Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. I think Trippier's got like 2 years left on his current contract at Atletico. Atletico Madrid paid £20 million for him from Tottenham back in 2019. Kieran Trippier is the age of 30. Obviously, there's been a lot of rumours of Cristiano Ronaldo returning to Manchester United. There has been a lot of talks of a Paul Pogba and Cristiano Ronaldo swap deal. Reports from Italy said, was it last week, that Man United offered Cristiano Ronaldo a 2-year contract worth £17 million a year, which equates to around £330,000 a week. Or I think a lot of United fans would take Cristiano Ronaldo back at the club, despite him being the age of 36. But it is very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. Before the transfer window opened, it said Solskjaer had been given a £150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. And obviously our board said they'll back Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings despite the Europa League final loss. You know, this summer transfer window is massive for Solskjaer. I think he's aware of that. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer said he wants to make around 4 signings in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. And I'm convinced we can challenge for the league next season, providing that we recruit well in this summer transfer window. Joe Glazer has promised Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer will get the funds that are available. So he's going to give him financial backing. He said that in his fans forum on the 4th of June. It was his first attendance in 15, 16 years. Obviously, a lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford towards the end of last season. The Glazers have been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. The Glazers have been at Man United for 16 years. They bought the club for £500 million back in 2005. Don't forget, last season the Glazers were planning to ditch the Champions League for the European Super League. But next season is going to be massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'd say next season he's got to win a trophy at Manchester United if he is to remain Manchester United manager. Because he hasn't won a trophy yet, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. If things start badly next season, then I think the pressure will be on him. Next season will be his 3rd full season, because so far he's endured 2 full seasons, and he's been in charge of Manchester United for 30 months now, which is over 2 years. I'm Ollie in at the moment. I think he does deserve next season. There's quite a few United fans that are Ollie in, but there's also been United fans demanding Ollie out. Obviously, they've got their reasons behind why they've been demanding him out. Ollie has just under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. So really, it is a mistake giving him this new 3-year contract because he won't see it out, I can assure that. The reason Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager is because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved him. Disregarding being a club legend, I can almost assure he would have been sacked by now. Before Solskjaer was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He endured 2 spells at Molde, didn't he? And before Molde, he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was very, very bad. He only endured a short tenure with Cardiff and only managed a Man United reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. We appointed Ollie in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. Like I said to you, I do have my concerns about Ollie. But there's also a lot of positives regarding Ollie. I think Solskjaer's done a good job. And I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done. Because Solskjaer was inheriting a lot of deadwood when he got appointed in as Man United manager and knew he had a lot to do. And he has got rid of a lot of the deadwood now. He's still inheriting some deadwood, of course. I think Ollie's our best manager since Ferguson. When Solskjaer got appointed in as Manchester United manager, he assured everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players. And more or less everybody has been given their chances. He has made good signings as Manchester United manager so far. He's spent almost £300 million, is it? You know, like I said, he's got rid of a lot of players since he's come in. I like the way he's promoted the youth. Got a lot of trustworthy in his young players. In Ollie's first full season, he got us to 3 semi-finals and got us a 3rd place finish. In his second full season, he got us to the Europa League final. I know we didn't win it, but he still got a credit in for getting us to the Europa League final. He also got us 2nd place last season, which wasn't an achievement, but you can see there was progress made from his first full season. Last season, we went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. Last season, he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final and the EFL Cup semi-final. And we've enjoyed very good periods under Ollie, where we have seen consistency. And in some of them good periods, he's got the best out of the team. So there you go. And Ollie knew when he'd taken over at Man United, it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. Ollie's got to improve on his decision making more than anything, because in a lot of the games he's managed at Manchester United, he's been tactically naive. But there has been some games where he's showed tactical flexibility, but he's got to show tactical flexibility persistently. Let's be honest, we're not going to be the team we was under Ferguson, not in my lifetime anyway. No one will replicate what Ferguson did. And no one will last as long as Ferguson did either. You know, Ferguson endured 27 years, was it, at Man United? Won 30-odd trophies, included 13 Premier League titles. So, reflecting on that, he brought success to the club. Ferguson didn't settle in straight away, though. He didn't win out in his first 4 years at Manchester United, did he? So, like I've said, you know, some managers need time. You can't expect immediate success with just bringing a manager in. But in the last 8 years, nothing's really changed at Manchester United, has it? You know, we have been playing catch-up. We've had different managers with different philosophies. The 3 managers we've sacked since Ferguson was David Moyes was sacked in, we sacked Van Gaal after 2 years, and we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, and we're not even really known as a sacking football club. We've overpaid for players in recent years and our recruitment's been poor. In that aspect, the blame stems from the board. We must have brought around 37 players in since Ferguson retired, and we spent over £1 billion on them. I think it's more than 37, sorry. Now is it 38, 39 or something like that. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. And in general, mistakes have been made in the last 8 years, and that's why we've been nowhere near as consistent as we'd like to have been. There is very, very good players at Manchester United, and there's players that have really, really improved. You know, Dean Henderson, very... What? Not yet. Alright. Alright. Dean Henderson's a very, very good goalkeeper. Did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. You know, his distribution was good. He made a lot of good saves, made some good aerial claims as well. Solskjaer's chose Dean Henderson to be #1 goalkeeper next season. That is the right decision, because I did say he's now reliable enough to be our #1. Henderson has got that experience behind him, because he endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield United, and he's had other loan spells before. And before the start of last season, Dean Henderson signed a 6-year contract with the club. So, reflecting on that, he committed his future to Manchester United. Luke Shaw, you know, he's improved. Luke Shaw was our best player last season. You know, in a lot of Luke Shaw's games last season, he showed very good attacking intent. He got into very good positions. He put good crosses into the box, created good chances for his teammates, provided width, and defensively he was superb. And Shaw's had a good career at Man United, despite his injuries. And he still remains our first choice left back, despite the arrival of Alex Telles. Eric Bailly, he's a very, very good centre-half, but my element of concern about him is that he's injury-prone. Eric Bailly has been at the club for around 5 years now, is it? Got him from Villarreal back in 2016 for £30 million. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. Harry Maguire can be good when he wants to be. We certainly overpaid for him though. We got Harry Maguire in a deal worth £80 million from Leicester. So he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and the second most expensive signing at the club behind Pogba. And Wan-Bissaka, he's improved. He's got to show more in the attacking third of the pitch. But there was some games last season where he did show some good attacking intent, and his crossing was good and he got in some good positions defensively. And Wan-Bissaka's always been very good. He's one of the best right-backs we've had since Gary Neville. Bissaka has endured 2 full seasons at Man United. We got him in a deal worth £50 million from Palace in the summer of 2019. Scott McTominay's a decent player as well, but he's not yet on that level where we want him to be at. McTominay's still young, got a lot of development in him, so he needs more time. Just after the first lockdown last year, McTominay signed a 5-year contract with Man United. Paul Pogba, he's really, really improved in recent months. Pogba does bring creativity to the team. And in quite a few games last season, we put him in an advanced role. He's much better in an advanced role than he is in a deeper role. Pogba recently come out and said that he has more freedom with France than Manchester United. Now, reports have come out recently saying that Man United want to make Paul Pogba the Premier League's highest paid player with a 5-year deal worth £104 million. Pogba's current contract expires next year because last season we triggered that 1 year extension on his contract. Solskjaer said not so long ago he's hopeful that Pogba will stay and sign a new contract. We fear losing Paul Pogba on a free transfer. We fear that he's actually running down his contract to leave on a 3. Not so long ago, Pogba insisted that he wasn't in contract negotiations with Man United, but Sky Sports News said that Man United held talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. I hope he stays for next season. Pogba's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him, and he has enjoyed 5 seasons at the football club since he rejoined. He's been linked to a move to PSG, hasn't he? PSG recently stepped up their interest. Mino Raiola has held talks with PSG's president. PSG want to partner Pogba with Wijnaldum, and Kim Pembe says Pogba would be welcome to PSG. He's been linked to Real Madrid as Pogba. He's been linked to a return to Juventus. He's been linked to Barcelona before. And he's been linked to Inter Milan before. So he's had a long running transfer saga. He said if we receive £72 million, we'll sell Pogba. Bruno Fernandes, he's very, very good as well. He's made a difference in this team. He's our best player and he's one of the best signings we have made since Ferguson retired. In a lot of Bruno Fernandes' games, he's been very, very consistent. But there again, there's been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace because we have overplayed him. Fernandes has been at Manchester United now for like 17, 18 months. He won Player of the Year not so long ago, and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Fernandes predominantly plays as a number 10. Mason Greenwood's also very good. He's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Despite him going a long period without scoring, last season Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract with Man United. He made his senior debut in 2019 and he's been a United player since the age of 7. You can play Greenwood on the right and you can also play him up top. Edinson Cavani, he's made a fantastic impact since he's come in. And I'm very, very glad that Edinson Cavani is staying for next season. Romano said towards the end of last season that Cavani agreed a 1-year contract with Man United. And Rashford's good when he wants to be, but he has endured his bad periods. He was poor towards the end of last season. He's sustained quite a few injuries now at Man United as Rashford. So he has become injury prone. We need to keep Rashford out on that left-hand side because that's where he's more effective. I'm not keen on him on the right. And I'm not too keen on him up top either, even though he's produced some good performances when he's played centrally. And Amad Diallo Traore, he looks a very good asset for the first team squad. So there you go. There's good players at Manchester United, but analysing our current squad at the moment, quite clearly isn't good enough to win the league. Obviously, like I said, we've got Jadon Sancho incoming, and obviously we've got Tom Heaton. Romano said not so long ago that Tom Heaton completed his medical with Man United, and he will sign a contract with Man United till 2023. There's an option of an extra year. We've got him on a free transfer, Tom Heaton. Players are going to leave Man United in this summer transfer window. I think there's a very, very good chance that we're going to offload Anthony Martial. We could offload Juan Mata. There's a good chance we're going to offload Van der Beek. Good chance we're going to offload Matic. We could offload Phil Jones. De Gea, I want him to go, but he may not now, because he recently said he's convinced he'll stay at Man United and be Solskjaer's number 1 for next season. I think we'll look to get rid of Lingard permanently, Delors permanently, Andres Pereira permanently. We could offload Alex Telles. Brandon Williams, I think we should loan him out like I've mentioned. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.